Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles today, this Monday, March 10th. But first,
ladies and gentlemen, you might have noticed we have a new sponsor. It's Easy Markets. That's right. Thank you for Easy Markets for sponsoring Good Morning Thailand. They're going to be with us for the next 6 months, but just a quick shout out to them. You can trade a wide range of instruments on global markets, including forex, metals, crude oil, indices, and crypto. Participate in global stock indexes. So trade with Easy Markets, but once again, disclaimer, do be careful. Only invest something that you're willing to lose. This kind of stuff can be dangerous.
Yeah, indeed. Anyways, thank you.
But be safe with EC Markets.
Correct. Thank you, EC Markets, for sponsoring the show. Now, remember also to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot.
Yes.
Now, today, we will be talking about an irresponsible Swiss dog owner facing visa revocation. Protesters storming the finance ministry over Thailand's proposed casino bill, and a little later, former Philippines President Duterte addressing the notion of his arrest by the International Criminal Court. But first, we are back down in Pattaya, where an Italian man was fined for public indecency. That's right, an elderly Italian man, 68-year-old Carlo, was fined 3,000 baht for public indecency after allegedly performing an obscene act, that is the PG version of how we can say this on social media, at Pattaya's Lembali High Beach. A female journalist who witnessed the incident recorded evidence and alerted police. Authorities swiftly identified and arrested the suspect, who reacted angrily to the press. He flipped him off. Carlo denied the allegations, claiming a medical condition caused his actions. Wow, good excuse. Despite his defense, police have proceeded with legal action.
No.
Ew. Yucky, dude. So he said, okay, I got a medical condition, so I just had to go and pee. That's why I pulled it out. Whatever. And nobody was buying it because they recorded him in the action.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Don't do that. And he's facing a fine. Seems like only 3,000 baht, though. It doesn't seem like really throwing the book at him. And he was defiant, flipping off the cameras as he was doing it.
I mean, it was strange watching the video of the 4 police officers standing behind him. And one of the police officers was like, hey, put your hand down. We're taking a picture. And it's like I think they just collect these pictures as like accolades to then eventually be like, so what have you been doing for the last 1 year? Why do you think you deserve a promotion? Well, let me tell you.
We're catching them.
Takes off the photo album.
Yeah. In the act, red-handed, if you will. Ew. Anyways, behave yourselves, Pattaya.
All right, we're going to be moving on to our next story, which takes us deep south of Thailand, where a deadly explosion in Pattaya has killed 3. Investigation ongoing. A nighttime explosion in Pattana's Sai Buri district killed 3 officials and injured another on March the 8th at 11:20 p.m. The blast near a pavilion in the Hute Khale neighborhood followed an earlier attack on rangers. Authorities delayed a full investigation until daylight due to concerns about additional explosives. Security forces have cordoned off the area and urged residents to report any suspicious activity. An investigation is underway.
Yeah, so this is something that has obviously been plaguing the south of Thailand for a long time. There are some extremists in the area. It's still unclear exactly what caused this explosion. It could have been like a gas leak or something like that, but the police are treating it as a suspicious, intentional attack at the moment, particularly since it was targeting government officials. So, hopefully the police and the national government are able to give the local authorities the support that they need in order to conduct these investigations and nip these plans in the bud before they can actually be carried out and executed. Terrible stuff. Anyways, let's move on to our next story. This has been weird to me. Obviously, we are in the post-Tiger King era, and the wealthy have apparently taken to the whole concept of having exotic pets. Well, it's not always legal here. An illegal wildlife has been seized in Songkhla luxury home raid. That's right, authorities raided a luxury home in Songkhla's Mung district, seizing illegal wildlife, including a white lion, a liger, and 2 large elephant tusks. Led by the Department of National Parks, the operation followed reports of unauthorized possession of dangerous wildlife. The owner, Gomate, was absent during the raid, and officials confiscated the animals and ivory as evidence. He will be summoned for questioning, facing potential charges for illegal wildlife possession.
Wow.
Just casually having a liger in the. For those who don't know, a liger is a lion crossed with a tiger.
Cash.
That is extremely exotic. And it's just like in an apartment or something like that. It's clearly they need a little more space to roam than that.
Yeah, true. I don't know if I would even want a liger. A liger is not even a cool animal. You'd think it'd be cool, like a lion, half tiger, but they're just kind of like,
Yeah.
You know how people say like, oh, sometimes it's the best of both worlds. Sometimes original is the best.
Yeah, fair enough. I honestly, I don't think anybody should be owning either of them. To be honest
Don't
with you.
own exotic animals and wildlife.
Yeah. Not to mention the tusks.
They will kill you.
Yeah, the tusks is kind of the gross part too. Like there's still an ivory trade going on. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
But anyways, rich people like this are often able. He's still at large. He's on the lam. So he's been summoned for questioning. But
Hate rich people.
we'll see if we can find him. Just jealous.
I know. All right, moving on to our next story, which takes us regarding a Swiss national who's facing visa revocation for over-repeated dog attacks. Interesting story coming out of Prachuap Khiri Khan, where a Swiss national is facing possible visa revocation after multiple incidents where his dog attacked tourists on the beach. Despite previous warnings and local regulations, Matthias reportedly let his dog roam unleashed, leading to injuries. Authorities are gathering evidence with a court hearing set for March 11th. A public hearing is also planned to address community concerns. The district chief will propose his visa cancellation due to the provincial governor and immigration officials. All right. Well, Matthias, you've been a very naughty boy.
Yeah, I should say that image is not Matthias. That is actually one of the victims over there.
No,
But
I'm just saying Matthias.
indeed, but that is a weird. What are they now? What happens if they revoke his visa? What happens to the dogs? Are they going to? Hopefully, they're not just going to become soy dogs. Like maybe they'll be adopted or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been an ongoing issue with this guy.
Yeah.
We've actually reported on him before.
The problem is never the animal; it's the animal owner. And yeah, good. I say this is a good story in the sense that the government and the officials should stand up and be like, hey, you know what? Your dog, you just leave your dog and don't care about it, and just kind of and it's an aggressive dog biting tourists, and God knows if he doesn't care about the dog that much, maybe he hasn't given them the shots, they get rabies. The last thing you want to do is just get bit by a dog on a holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it seems like a no-brainer, and the fact that he just kept doing it, he's like, dogs will be dogs. Like, no, that's not.
Multiple times after warnings, you know what? Revoke the visas.
Just
revoke the visas.
Absolute insanity to me.
Go hard.
Yeah, I think.
I feel like a lot of people deserve a visa revocation these days.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there's a lot of people here.
This is like not a fool me once. This is like a fool me 5 times situation because it just kept happening. So at least finally something's happening. On to our next story. We've got more misbehaving foreigners. So to your point, we have another bad one.
Here we go.
A Hungarian man was arrested for stealing 1.5 million baht in Nonthaburi. That's right, a 57-year-old Hungarian man, Altalbara, was arrested in Pattaya for allegedly breaking into a businessman's car in Nonthaburi Mall parking lot and stealing 1.5 million baht. Who's carrying that cash on them? That's pretty crazy. The March 3rd incident was caught on CCTV, leading police to track him down. He was found sunbathing at a hotel, enjoying it, I guess, with the cash, a stolen motorcycle, and a signal jamming device. This guy was in some spy stuff. Authorities believe he re-entered Thailand illegally. He is now in police custody for legal proceedings.
All right.
Yeah, well, there's counterpoint to me.
Yeah.
Not exactly a good dude.
I didn't plan that.
I know. Honestly, it's what we do here. But wild to me. This guy was going through it all. But interesting that he thought he could get away. He was just enjoying himself, sunbathing in Pattaya. Obviously, he moved cities. But police tracked him down. Yeah. So good on them. Don't steal, everybody.
Yeah.
What? Misbehaving farangs in Thailand, says Alfa Romeo? Really?
I know.
I said, it's not all the time.
Yeah. Shaz made me laugh with this comment. It's like, imagine if we were like network television. It's like Channel News Asia, where we hate each other, but we have to keep on working with each other.
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot.
Could be. I don't know. I remember. I'm reminded of Anchorman, where like you have a whore mouth or whatever.
Oh no, you're a smelly pirate.
Yes, that's it. Thank you. You got the that's a very quotable movie.
Oh my God! Save the children!
All right. Political news.
Moving on to our next story. People are angry over casino.
That's right.
All right. Protesters stormed Thailand's finance ministry demanding the government scrap the casino legalization bill. What? Led by 3 activist groups, they accused Deputy Finance Minister Chulapan of favoring Thai gamblers over tourists. Their main grievance is the removal of a financial safeguard requiring Thai patrons to have a 50 million baht bank balance. Protesters also renewed calls for the seizure of 46 billion baht from former PM Thaksin Shinawatra. With tensions high and no compromise reached, demonstrations are set to continue. What will happen, Alex?
Eek.
A 50 million baht bank balance.
Yeah, that's pretty limiting, right? Because that'll
Thai
be like
nationals.
that'd be like 1% of the population would have access to it. Interesting that was a safeguard up in place, because that means, like, dude, obviously gambling addiction is a big issue here in Thailand. Like, I mean, just look at the way people play the lottery, right? Like, lottery is a huge thing here. So imagine if you legalize casinos, people are gonna get in there and lose a lot of money. And that's the point, right? The house always wins. So they talk about it being good for the economy, but which parts of it, right? Like there'll be...
Cambodia. Cambodia doesn't allow its nationals to participate. It'll be probably better for the people. I mean, yeah, some people will be enraged, but will they?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's why I think like some sort of minimum bank balance and like maybe some limitations, like a daily limit on how much you can actually gamble away. There could be some safeguards in place that I think would be beneficial. But yeah, you can see these protesters not very happy, because this could end up being very predatory, and it's hard to argue against that. Well, anyways, speaking of justice, guys, well, we're moving on, by the way. That's the end of our Thailand section of the news, guys. We are now on to our ASEAN Now section for the greater region. And let me scratch my head first. Are we good? All right, monkey brain done.
What?
Moving on. We are off to Cambodia.
Yes.
Where justice is being dispensed. 258 foreigners have been arrested in Cambodia in a raid on illegal online operations. That's right, Cambodian authorities arrested 258 foreigners in a major raid on an illegal online operation in Mondulkiri. The crackdown, led by the National Police, took place at Mekong 74 building in Sen Monorom City. Those arrested include 247 Chinese, 9 Burmese, 1 Malaysian, and 1 Vietnamese. 14 suspects accused of violence and forced labor are under further investigation, while the rest will be processed by immigration authorities. So the crackdowns continue. This has been big news, not just in Cambodia, but in the greater Southeast Asian region. These online scam centers being run by forced laborers, human traffickers. It seems like the authorities are finally taking it much more seriously, and we're seeing more stories like this come out, and I think it's just good news. So,
all right. Well, moving on to our next story, which is regarding Duterte dismissing ICC arrest concerns during Hong Kong trip. That's right. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte's surprise trip to Hong Kong has fueled speculation that he may be avoiding a possible International Criminal Court arrest warrant over his deadly drug war. Speaking at a campaign rally, Duterte dismissed the concerns, saying he was ready to be jailed if necessary. The ICC is investigating thousands of extrajudicial killings under his leadership from 2016 to 2022. While the Philippine government claims it is prepared for any legal action, Duterte's return to Manila remains uncertain. Yeah, Rodrigo Duterte, notoriously known for his war on drugs.
Yeah.
Just shot and killed every drug dealer and or person with drugs.
Or not even, and then they would just kill him. Like, there were plenty of people like being killed and then like just sprinkle some crack on him kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like, that
Found
was
it in the
definitely
pocket?
alleged. Yeah, I mean, like there was definitely planting situations as well. And what's interesting is that he's brushing this all off. Does the ICC have any actual authority to arrest anybody too? This is something that we've seen. There's been arrest warrants out for Putin that have not been honored or have been completely ignored. So how much authority does that body actually have? That's another question, particularly with somebody as influential as Duterte. But the heat is on. He's brushing it off, but we'll see if anything actually comes of that. But yeah.
All
anyways.
right. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the stories from across Thailand. Please do check out more stories from Thailand on thetiger.com. You can join in the conversation at
ASEANnow.com.
That's Thailand's largest news platform. Check out. Thank you to EC Markets for sponsoring the show. Again, showing us some love, and thank you for all the viewers watching. Thank you to all the members supporting us for so long, for so far. Thank you for remaining with us. We love you. We appreciate you, and thank you to all the viewers who watch us every day too. And as Alex would say,
don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere. Yes, that's usually what I say at the end. Please, guys, like and subscribe to the channel here. Helps us out a lot. Also, go to Instagram, TikTok, X. You'll see content that we don't usually publish
I love
here.
X.
And you can find it over there. More lifestyle content, funny videos, things that we do about Thailand life. Follow us everywhere and get your Thailand fix.
Don't follow us everywhere, just on social media.
Well, no stalkers, please. Yeah. I gotta tell you, I got some interesting DMs from some people that. Anyways, I'll talk about it later.